Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Oh, just welcome to Deborah's Blue Tarot. When you try and change things up, you just can't do it. I want to make an announcement. I found my deck. Now, some of you don't know about this story, but yesterday afternoon, I had a reading. And when I was done with the reading, I'm putting everything back. And for the life of me, I cannot find my Prism Oracle. By the way, this is for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. And the Prism Oracle is just this. But I love this deck, right? I'm telling everybody. I told the world. Lisa, if you're listening, I found it, Lisa. I got some beautiful gifts yesterday from a subscriber who I did a bartered reading for. What that means is that rather than giving me money, you buy me a book. You buy me, you make something. Maybe you're a painter. Maybe you do needlepoint. Maybe you knit. Whatever it is that you do, that is creative, you make me something and I will do the reading. Okay? So that is an option for personal readings at this time only through the rest of the year of 2025. At any rate, then it's going to be money only. So I'm doing this, and she bought me, I would show them all to you, but I really just can't do that because I'll drop something. I'll show you one of the decks that she bought me that is just gorgeous, and I am going to use it today. And this won't fit on there. It is my deck of the day. However, I could not find this. I'm looking everywhere. I asked my pendulum. It says the bedroom. I went on the floor, and you have to understand I have 2 bulging discs and 2 herniated discs. So I get like electrical pain from my left waist, like right where your iliac crest is, where you would put your hand if you were standing there. Snarky, That is your iliac crest. If you feel it, you're thin enough. If you don't, who cares? But that is the crest, and this electrical pain goes all the way down to my knee and just beyond the knee. But I had to get on the floor. I just had to get on the floor. So I got on the floor and looked under the bed. I did find a bottle of water. When you go to bed at night, you might take some water or whatever at your bedside. Fresh coffee. This is a mug that my sister Phyllis got for me and Linda. It says that on the front. And then on the back, it's got our names on it at the bottom. Do you see by the little tushies? This is very special. Anyway, and I knew it was in the bedroom. I just knew there was no other way. I went and I took all my decks off this cart. Not really a cart. It's a desk, half of a desk, let's just call it. And I have them all there, standing up like this, so that I can see them, right? It's not there, and I would not have put it there because I would have put it on my bedside table. There's a shelf that's open, and then there's another part of it where you just pull open a little drawer, whatever. It's got like glass on it, and you pull it open, and then I have like, a nail file and that kind of crap. If I put it in the wrong place, it would have been there in the thing. Normally it's on the shelf. I looked, it's nowhere. Under the bed, no. I knew it wasn't under the bed, but I had to look. And I'm sitting on my bed and I'm looking at my laundry hamper and I'm going, you're in there, aren't you? I go up, get up to the laundry hamper and reach inside. We're going to use this today. And we're going to use this new deck that I have never used before. This is a deck that Lisa bought me as a thank you for reading on her. Okay? She also bought me a bunch of Lenormand, which I don't know how to read yet, but now I have to learn, right? So this book is amazing. It's got all of the card intentions, and every deck is different, and I've told you that before. This is called the Tarot of Sacred Kingdoms. Okay. All right. So here we go. Putting that there. Now, let's get serious. The felon, let me start over. Joe Biden had placed very quietly 18 months of Secret Service protection for Kamala in case. And, of course, she did win the presidency, so she would have had even more. But somebody stole it, Elroy. And don't think you won't pay. You will pay dearly, as will you, felon, piece of garbage. You are garbage. So he took away the Secret Service detail from Kamala just yesterday. He didn't want her to have it, you see, because he's a Richard, a tiny little Richard. This is a little man, a little tiny man with a little tiny Richard and a little tiny level of self-esteem. None, in fact. He is just a pig. And I apologize to any pigs around the country and otherwise. I have never hated anyone. I may have disliked someone or not a fan of someone or whatever. And this part is not for entertainment purposes. This is my opinion. I am exercising my First Amendment rights. And if I'm not allowed to exercise my First Amendment rights, not using any profanity or any level of, off-color comments, this channel is an adult set channel. 18 or over. No one under that age group can look at anything I've got. Unless they're using mommy's computer. I can't control what other people do. But I do have the right to speak my mind. And that is exactly what I'm doing. And if anybody has a problem with it, go away. I don't even want to know you. If you have a problem with me speaking my mind, I have a problem with you breathing. First Amendment, freedom of speech. The First Amendment. Before your little lovey-dovey gun lobby BS. Okay, I'm done venting. So let's pull some cards on the felon. Let me give this one more little shuffle. Okay, I'm done yelling. I'm done venting. I'm done preaching, because I know I'm preaching to the choir when I'm on my channel. These are so beautiful. Look at the back of them. Okay. So I'm going to pull 5 across twice. Okay? You know, like we have been doing. Ooh. These are so beautiful, Lisa. Wow. These are just beautiful. Yep. A lot of cards that I've had before on this monster, this piece of garbage. Piece of trash. Just trash. Just trash. Garbage and trash. Ooh. Okay. On the bottom, we've got the 3 of Wands. This is either your ship coming in. I'm going to look in the book, though. Let me just take 1 second, you guys, and look in the book. I want to see the 3 of Wands, don't I? Growth, expansion, and progress. Good enough. Growth, expansion, and progress. That beautiful tree. All right, let's begin. If you hear the noise out there, I apologize. They're cutting the grass. The first card out is the sun. Full illumination, and you can even see it back here. Isn't that card gorgeous? It's just gorgeous. The sun. Next card out is the Hierophant. This is the government. Not necessarily a political card, but the government, the operation of the government, the movements that go on in the government. I have to take another sip. Page of Pentacles. A youthful person. Let me look more carefully. Youthful. There's the pentacles are in the glass. Here are your pentacles. Here, 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 here. and he's reading a book. Lots of books. He's learning. The next card is the Emperor. I do not consider the felon an emperor. However, for purposes of this reading, he's going to be the emperor. Okay. Last card on the top row is the Hanged Man in suspension. A person, the man, in suspension. Now, you know how most cards have the Hanged Man, hanging from one foot? They don't have that here, but it doesn't change anything. He's still in suspension. The Empress. Looks like a woman in charge. That's right. That's our Lotus Queen. The next card is the World. The world is looking and watching everything that's going on. Missing nothing. It still has 1, 2, 3, 4. It still has the 4 corners of... Somebody knows this better than me, I'm sure. To represent different parts of the world, I guess. It's just an opinion. But she's standing on the edge, looking out and observing and watching. The Four of Pentacles. This is a card of holding on to what you have. If you look, I'm going to re-show it. If you look really closely, there's a ton of pentacles on the floor. You see that? So it's like holding on to your wealth. The stingy guy. Just, nobody come near me. This is mine. All mine. My money. Mine. The High Priestess. And she's fabulous. Ooh. This is one of my favorite cards in any deck. It is a woman who is hiding and or holding information close to her chest. She knows a lot. She's got a cat over here. And this looks more like a lion, lioness. She's got something to say, but she's not saying it. Look what showed up. Lady Justice. You see her sitting on there? You see her sitting here? You see this little man? You would know what to do with a sword on your body. That little man, minus the swords, because he's a wuss. Lady Justice, and she is not playing. Let's see what's next. Justice and judgment. Go figure that out. Justice and judgment. So justice will be done and judgment will make certain of it. Wow. These are incredible cards. Justice is kind of walking this tightrope of, or judgment, I mean, this tightrope of light. She comes down eventually to the land here, the flowers. Takes the hand of Lady Justice and they do their work. Queen of Swords, Kamala. Swords are law. Ten of Pentacles, legacy money, family wealth. Knight of Cups, a young soldier. Knights are protecting the realm. And Five of Cups will end there. Five of Cups is a card of, well, a five card is a card of loss. What this person doesn't realize is that there are cups behind him. He's too focused on what is in front of him to look backward. And the last one will be the Ace of Cups. High emotion. You can see the flow of some kind of liquid and having it come out of the cup, being, dropped like rain. Oh, I love these cards. Oh, I don't even know what this means. The Celestial Weaver. I'm going to have to look this up. Extra cards. 155. Special. It's considered a special card. Power manifestation. There is a power card for you today. This is the message for you to fully allow to sink in. Weave the fabric of your reality through your thoughts, intentions, and actions. Every thread you weave has a ripple effect in the universe. Be mindful of your thoughts and intentions. They are what shall create a beautiful tapestry of life. You are part of a greater cosmic dance. Your existence is meaningful and interconnected with all that is, all part of the unifying field of consciousness. You are the weaver of your destiny, and with each movement you make, weave love, kindness, harmony into the world around you. Remember, it's natural for you. Wow. That's a beautiful card. Wow. Wow. These are just beautiful. Lisa, I'm talking directly to you now. With gratitude, tremendous gratitude from you. No more shopping, do you understand? No more. I got 2 more packages yet to come from her today. I had 5 yesterday. This is not It would have been cheaper to do it for money. This is not what I meant when I said bartering. The idea of bartering isn't to, I know you love me, Lisa. You didn't have to spend all that money. I should have just collected a check from you and said, forget it. All right. She bought me these bags. I have 6 of them. I did put some of my cards in. This one is my pendulums, because it's the sun and it reveals. Love these bags. Amazon folks. They're fabulous and they feel like butter. They do. The only thing about bags is you have to know what you've got in there, right? And sometimes out of sight, out of mind. Does that make sense? All right. Let's use a pendulum here. Spirit, clear and center, please. I've got some felon questions. Oh, he's unalive man. Ooh, I feel it. Spirit, is the felon about to become unalive? Yes. Yes. Spirit, clear and center. Is the felon going to be in pain as he crosses? Hold on. Is the felon going to suffer? Because that's what I want. That's why I don't want him to become unalive. I want him to live a long, long time. Spirit, will the felon suffer as he crosses or in the process of crossing? Yes. Good. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done playing. Clear and center, please. Spirit, all due respect, will Shady take... Oh, the thing's moving. Will Shady be inaugurated as next in line? I don't know how many times I have read, you've seen me do this. This is a no. But I don't know how many times I've asked. Easily 100, maybe more. Because I'm here alone. I pull out my stuff and I'm like, okay, let's pull some, I do this. Spirit, clear and center, please. Will Moses Mike, the next in line, would be the speaker? Will Moses Mike be the next, or take the next spot as POTUS? No. Clear and center, please. Spirit, will the felon be able to be charged and tried for, even in, I'm just going to call it absentia, or even if he were unable to physically be there, would they need to know that he was able to stand trial? Yes. clear and center. If he becomes unalive in the interim, can they still charge him and try him in absentia? In other words, can they bring all that information to court, whether or not they have a verdict or not? They would release all this information for American people to make up their minds about him. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Here. Let me hold my hand. Clear and center, please. Can a deceased criminal being charged with felonious, heinous crimes against humanity, can that individual be tried anyway, even in that they are no longer, or that they are unalive? Yes. Will that happen? Should that happen, Spirit? Yes. Clear and center, my last question. Will all of them wind up in deep trouble? Will all of them wind up in trouble? Legal trouble. Pam Bondi, Blanche, Shady. Somebody's blowing a whistle. Elroy, have you flipped? Clear and center. Has Elroy Judson, the Tesla man, the SpaceX man, has he flipped on Donald? Putting his own butt on the line, by the way, because he made the actual events happen. Yes, he has. I knew it. To the extent of which, I don't know, but he flipped. Love you guys more than you'll ever know. You don't have to buy me anything. Okay? Not this Saturday. I'm not going to be on live this Saturday. But the following Saturday, and I will post it later, we are going to have a subscribers only live. That means if you're not subscribed, you can't get in. There's going to be giveaways, a lot of them, a really lot. There's going to be some fun, as usual, and laughs and so on and so forth. But I've got gifts. I've got stuff. I'm sending you all so much love, gratitude. Try to be kind today. I know I'm going to try. I'm not going to be cranky and nasty. I've already shared it with you, so I feel like I've vented to the right people. Sending you love, joy, safety, and, of course, peace. Out.